And we're just trolling with this one, I think.
All right, we just want to hover a fair bit of Aurelia today.
Twisted Fate.
Well, this is an old BDD special.
Okay, so you gold card somebody, they get Blitzcrank grabbed. You charm somebody, they get Blitzcrank grabbed.
I'm not so sure about the Ahri, personally.
I really liked KT's drafts outside of support, even though there were arguments to be made for both support lock-ins for KT in games 1 and 2. This draft, I don't really want any part of. It's so situational. You gotta hit the charms. The Blitzcrank has to hit the hooks. Zahin's early game is pretty weak. The Mundo is also pretty low impact early on.
This is the problem, though, Wolf. Cuz is on a phone call. Scout is dead! Solo kill for BDD in the mid lane. He took Ignite! Really annoying spot for KT. Let's have a look at this one more time.
Oh, the charm.
The casual charm.
And he's like literally calling that he got him way before he dies because he knows he has the Ignite. But the Blitzcrank always has value later on.
All right, hooking and connect onto Lahans. He gets grabbing him as well. Does have to heal. And aiming, looking for a little bit more. Taeun just going to try and dissuade him from doing too much more here as Ghost. Looking a little bit more healthy as the zap is going to connect. And Taeun's looking for this, a knock-up. And it's not quite enough as Ghost, he might be going down as well. It's another disaster for KT in the bottom lane. And it also bleeds over, right? Sponge isn't able to take the crab. Things like this. Another hook going to connect, this time onto Taeun. But aiming, a little bit too scared to fight back too much. Little Ant's barely going wide as the zap, he just walks into it. Not sure about that one. Going for, and Ghost is once again just going to walk up and hook him. Does wander back, but the Flame Chompers are down. Ghost has no flash, but is going to at least survive. Out in lane, solo kill him and get even more. It's okay. Sponge finds the angle, and that's a very dead aiming. This is what happens when you don't have very much mobility on your AD carry, and there's a malfight. As remember, Ghost could have played Thresh.
For anything could happen, but yes, BDD is massively ahead, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to be enough. He's already...
Another charm, and down will go Scout. Another Spirit Rush, and he just takes him down. Back-to-back solo kills. BDD does not want to go home.
I'm being a bit facetious again here, but he just doesn't miss these charms.
Oh,
and like Scout keeps trying to hands check him with his the unbind, and
he even ulted as well. I didn't even see that Scout last time around. Whether he can actually go for a little bit of a 50-50 on this dragon. Ghost just bleeding health here as it is just going to be the steal. Cuz goes where he pleases on this Mondo as there is the engage. Scout follows up as BDD is going to get taken down, but Taeun's dead as well. It's a double for aiming, and finally the KT bottom lane does something. It's another
the other argument, but
you are Ahri though, and you have a decent amount of movement speed. Hook onto the rock as Cuz, let's see whether he can slow him down enough. Of course the charm lands as BDD. Experience numbers, utilizing the quest nicely as Taeun just ghosting after aiming, and he has to flash.
And because Sponge is here, and get more.
Oh, hook is going to connect onto Taeun. Let's see whether the tower gets angry as we pause.
Whoa.
It does go, as Ghost the first one to go down, because largely immovable. Taeun now trying to kite this one out as BDD in a little bit of trouble, but there's the briefcase, and the finish comes in. All the essences come down and aiming.
Like a teaser for...
I know, it's like a mad movie.
Okay, so BDD is coming down already, by the way. I didn't quite realize that at this point. So Ghost and Cuz just kind of holding their ground here. And then after the pause, you see Taeun backs off. They instantly try to turn onto BDD. The polymorph I mentioned comes down, but BDD's still tanky enough. He is just so big. They don't have the damage to kill him, and aiming has so much range actually to follow up.
Even the Moonlight Vigil hitting. And we get the nicer out of Ghost from the Death Chamber. No one turn up at 40 minutes and just do ridiculous things.
He's just scaling top.
Whoa, we flashed on top of aiming. The hook is going to come down onto the Malphite, and he'll tank up the turret forever and be fine.
With Cloud Soul on the way?
Well, now just going to be ulting towards Scout here. Misses a whole bunch of buttons, though.
That will be an immovable object. And
flanking teleport. Kingan's trying to come on down as Taeun. He's ghosted. Ghost is running. Okay, there's a charm onto Kingen, who takes so much damage. Cuz in such an awkward spot, though, the all-out flies on forward, and they take out the Mondo. Sponge finds the ultimate aiming, sidesteps it, and they will be able to wipe him out. Now you've got the Zahan finding the Grim Deliverance's Taeun basically out of the fight, but Scout gets in there. Down goes Ghost, but Perfect's now popping off. The flash forward from BDD, and Kingen bites the dust. Flash away there from the rest of Nongshim.
Battles correctly. BDD has done a great job of it so far. But I do wonder, like, there's a lot of variance in this.
Oh, can Ghost find the hook this time? No, he cannot. Perfect on a flank angle is now looking a little bit uncomfortable as Grim Deliverance comes down, gets a bunch of his health bar back. He will be respawning as Sponge tries to get out with the ulti and looks a little bit weird for it as aiming's over the wall, finds the Orbit Deception, but there's the ulti out of Scout. Perfect gets a bunch of damage, and Taeun's still alive for a very long time, but finally goes down to aiming. And Nongshim lose their bottom lane, but at least they killed Perfect. Even if there has been some of the comical moments, like, you are, in the end, the one hook that wins you the fight. As there's another one, picks out the Jinx, and aiming puts her in the blender. The 1-2 punches, the rest of KT have closed in. There's the pullback as well, as Perfect is trying to keep them interested. Down goes the Cassante. He's durable, but just not durable enough, as KT will augment.
He's glad to have the Blitzcrank on this side. On his side this time is...
Oh, Ghost was expecting Sponge to try and get out of there, and he didn't. And now he's charmed, and I think he may be dead. It just might be over.
I think so. Look at this.
Oh, Ghost!
And the angle is perfect, and Taeun just greeds for an auto. So he dies in the jungle.
BDD has found Scout again, and Scout does manage to ult his way out, but BDD is Ahri and has Cloud Soul as well as a Cosmic Drive and a Blackfire Torch. You are not escaping!
A fourth time here, trying to live up to BDD. Perfect on the flank.
Perfect doing his favorite thing, which is stand amongst the entire enemy team. Finds the double pullback and the Grim Deliverance. He stacked up the passive, so he is absolutely fine. They'll take down the Rock as Kingen just trying to be the front line. Finds the knockback, but he's so incredibly dead. BDD finds the angle, and my God, Perfect is looking brilliant on this Zion.
I think Perfect might have found a new champ.
Yep, I think he has.
He might have found a viable
Do you know what
play.
KT have found, though, Wolf? This is the main thing. They found another game in this series. We didn't think that it was possible after the first two, but they have extended it out, and we are at least going to a game number 4. KT